With shaking hands, I opened the door to see 2 small tables with no chairs and a man with a huge, bright, warm smile telling us to take off our shoes and sit down.
Bring your imagination to life with inspiring stories of an incredible and very real world.
Hey everyone, my name is Deanna and I'm a travel video creator. I'm here on Wandertale today to tell you about the main takeaway I learned from my trip to Tokyo, Japan. If you embrace your weirdness, then you can make magic and you can build a legacy that people remember forever. I got this takeaway from the craziest, wildest bar I've ever been to in my life. So my fiance and I were about to finish our trip. We went all over Southeast Asia for 2 years, and our Tokyo stop was our last location. We really wanted to go out with a bang and do something that we would never forget. We had a lot of those experiences on our trip, but we wanted to squeeze one more of them in there. All of Tokyo is zany, wild, colorful, bright, kawaii, meaning cute. Everything just, no one is afraid to be themselves, to wear wild and crazy outfits, to have zany hair, and to just be themselves. It's really, really cool to see. So this place was no exception to that. We found it on Atlas Obscura, and it was called the Kagaya Bar. All of the websites that we looked said this place was a secret. It said that it cannot reveal the surprises that happen here, and there was very little information about it online. In fact, their website is only a cartoon drawing of a map to get to the place. So we knew that this was the one to go to for the end of our trip. We searched far and wide for this place and finally found it nestled next to a bunch of other little restaurants, pretty much in an alleyway. It had one sign on it with a frog, and that's what we were told to look for. It was dark, there was no one around. It seemed like not a real place to go into, but my fiance and I, arm in arm, opened the rusty door and cautiously took steps downstairs to a dark and dingy basement. We were actually really nervous when we first got there because we thought maybe this was some kind of bad situation that we were fooling ourselves to get into. But with shaking hands, I opened the door to see 2 small tables with no chairs and a man with a huge, bright, warm smile telling us to take off our shoes and sit down. We had no idea what was going to happen next because all there was one man. Then, suddenly, a woman appeared, and she was a little old granny who could barely even walk, but she smiled with gummy teeth at us as well. We knew that this definitely was going to be something special. We learned throughout our stay that Mark Kagaya and his family actually started this bar a century ago with his grandparents. And at that point, they were just a normal alcohol establishment, but Mark really wanted to stand out from the crowd, so he started to incorporate crazy antics and props into the experience of his venue. Now again, it is a secret, so I can't give too much away. In fact, Mark specifically came up to me personally because he saw that I was filming, and he please asked me to just make a short trailer of his establishment and to not spoil the surprise for others. So I am respecting his wishes, as I have with my video and as I have with this story today, but I just want to describe how innovative and captivating Mark and his bar are. I could never would even imagine creating an experience like this for people. It's highly immersive, you're on your toes every second, waiting for the next thing to happen. I've actually never been so much in the moment in general as I was at this bar. Usually I'm worried about taking pictures or videos or getting the moment just right in a photograph that I can share. But since I wasn't allowed to share, it allowed me to relax and have fun and just experience life. At the time we went, there was only just my fiance and I in the restaurant, but more people showed up later, and it was very fun to experience all the wild and craziness with them too. He sings, dances, puts on skits, and is very inappropriate. So you can imagine that just all the laughter and all the wild and craziness is totally an experience that you really want to do when you're in Tokyo. But more importantly, this shows if you're doing something totally crazy that nobody understands and they think is weird or they don't get, and you're kind of going to the beat of your own drum, then screw them. Just keep doing it because you're going to stand out, you're going to be different, and you are going to be the bar that people are talking about and that people remember for the rest of their lives. Thank you so much, Wandertale, for having me, and I was so happy to share the story with you today.
Thank you for joining us on another audio adventure right here at Wandertale. Subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more stories from around the world and share tales with the open-minded, the brave, and the curious.